Hello, my dear students and friends. Today, I would like to speak to you about the importance of listening skills. Listening is a great art. It requires a lot of patience. It is not an easy matter to listen to others and to pay attention to what others communicate. So, the first and the foremost skill that we human beings learn or practice is listening. Out of all the skills, listening, speaking, reading and writing. So listening plays a key role, a vital role in learning. And mostly we learn a lot from listening only. So remaining all secondary and not so important. First thing is listening. We have to pay a lot of attention to the speaker who conveys some information to us. So by listening to the speaker, we are really motivating him or inspiring him to give us a lot of information. As you are aware of the fact, we are not learning anything by speaking to others. We are simply conveying what we know when we speak to others. But by listening to others attentively, we are learning a lot of information. We are getting a lot of information. So, there is a lot of scope to increase our skills or our knowledge by listening to a person. So, let's have a small presentation about what is listening, what are its importance aspects, how can we develop our listening, and how can we be an effective listener. Okay? A presentation on listening skills. Listening leads to learning because both are interconnected. What does listen mean? Have you ever thought of? Each letter in listen stands for some message or information. L stands for look interested, get interested. I stands for involve yourself by responding. Stay on target. T, test your understanding. E, evaluate the message. And N, neutralize your feelings. Means neither be positive nor be negative. Take the information that you get from the listener. Take only the good message, what is required, and leave what is not required. Listening. Listening is the most important communication skill. You are all aware of that. We probably spend more time using our listening skills than any other kind of skill. It is an open fact, open secret. Like other skills, listening takes practice. We need to practice it as well as reading, writing and speaking. This also must be practiced well. Real listening is an active process. Listening requires attention, preparedness. Listening skills. A wise person said, listening is the hardest thing in the world because we cannot pay our attention to the speaker for a long time. We may get interrupted, get distracted very often when you are listening to a person. Seek to understand. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. First you understand, then the people around you will understand you. Okay? You try to understand and be understood by the people. These are quotations given by famous people, Stephen R. Covey. Have you read the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? And you can find this quotation there. 2 years. Do you know the reason why God has given 2 years to us and one mouth? Let's know that. Nature has given us one tongue but 2 ears, so that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. That means we have to speak less and listen more. That's the right way. Listening skills. Listening skills are the ways to help you listen something more effectively. So you must practice them. Think. The universe talks to all of us. We just need to know how to listen. If you listen to people around us and to the things and the elements in the nature, there is a lot to learn from them. But what we need to do is we have to listen to them attentively. We have to listen. We have to pay a lot of concentration. Then we can understand. We can listen to everything around us. Courage. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. To sit down and listen to a person, we need a lot of courage, confidence, boldness. Okay? This is given by Winston Churchill, famous quote. A good gift. The greatest gift you can give others is the purity of your attention. Pure attention. When you pay utmost attention, wholehearted attention to a person who speaks to us, that is nothing but the greatest gift we are giving them. This is given by Richard Moss. Holistic. That means all-round development. So when you are listening to somebody completely and attentively, then you are listening not only to the words but also to the feelings of what is being conveyed, expressed, to the whole of it, not part of it. J.T. Krishnamurti, a famous psychologist. The 10 Commandments. What are the 10 Commandments? Let us see. The 10 Commandments. Number 1, stop talking. Number 2, put the talker at ease. Give him a lot of ease means comfort. Okay? Convenience. Number 3, show him that you want to listen. Create interest. That's nothing but motivation. Number 4, remove distractions, disturbances, interruptions. Number 5, empathize with him. Cooperate with him. Okay? Give him a lot of cooperation, motivation, and show that you are for him to listen there. You have to lend your ear to him. Next, be patient. Number 7, hold your temper. Be under control. The 10 Commandments. Already 7 have been explained. 8th one, go easy on arguments and criticism. If you want to argue or criticize what the speaker speaks to us, then do it in amicable way, friendly way. Okay? Ask questions. That's very important. It's not just enough if you listen to a person and keep quiet. You must ask question. You must make an inquiry. Last one, when in doubt, ask for clarification. Get your doubts clarified immediately. Okay? Don't hesitate. Effective listening skills. Give individual attention. Avoid interrupting. Respect the right to share. Repress emotional responses. Pay attention to non-verbal messages. These are the effective listening skills one must practice. Benefits of effective listening. What are the benefits? What are the uses if you have good listening skills? Enhances productivity, improves relations, avoids conflicts, improves understanding, improves negotiation skills, adds to your image and personality, helps you to stand out, means to be confident and unique. You will be appreciated, complimented by one and all. How to be an effective listener? What you do about listening? Face speaker, maintain eye contact, remove the internal and external distractions, listen with open mind, be frank, respond to the speaker. How to be an effective listener? What do you feel about listening? Want to listen? Delay judgment. Accept responsibility for understanding. Encourage others to talk. Don't tune out dry subjects. How to be an effective listener? What do you think about listening? Understand the complexities of listening, means difficulties, problems. Prepare to listen. Adjust to the situation. Focus on the key points what the speaker conveys. Stages of listening process. What are the stages? Hearing, focusing on message, comprehending means able to understand, interpreting means relating them to our real life and practically, analyzing and evaluating, responding, remembering. These are the stages of listening effectively. How to listen effectively? Stop talking, be silent, show interest, empathize, have compassion. Okay, be consistent, ask questions, maintain eye contact, practice listening, listen creatively. Listening also have to show creativity or imagination. Be different, be unique, listener. Put your entirely means completely engage yourself in listening. Ignoring listening, not listening at all, is pretty insulting to others. When you are not listening to a speaker, you are indirectly insulting the person, insulting the speaker. Okay, you are not giving due respect. It can lead to strained relations. The relations will be disturbed. Okay. Next, selective listening. We remember only selective portion. Topic is not to our liking. Okay, whatever is required, we listen to the speaker, whatever the speaker conveys, but we remember and make a note of what is worthy listening, means the key points. Active listening, understanding all things, proper interaction, proper feedback. What you have listened, what you have understood, you must be able to recall and give a feedback. Basic types of listening: active listening, selective listening, emphatic listening, ignoring listening. These are the types of listening. Why people don't listen? People are distracted. We usually don't have concentration. Okay, the longer we listen, the lesser we respond and be attentive. So people are distracted, get disturbed, preoccupied, or forgetful a full 75% of the time. We usually recall just 50% of what was said immediately after we talk. We spend just 45% of our time listening. We remember just 20% of what we hear. Only 2% of us have had formal educational experience with listening. This is the real fact. Okay, must agree with them. Importance of listening. We show that we are serious. We display respect to others' viewpoints. Helps us to learn. Helps us to adopt and understand. Empathize. What is listening? Listening is not just about being quiet or silent while someone else is speaking. That's nothing but listening. You are not said to have been listening then. If you be silent and paying not any attention. Listening is the process of receiving, constructing meaning from and responding to be spoken and or non-verbal messages. Verbal means spoken. Non-verbal means sometimes including thinking, using body language, etc. Expressions. Listening is an active process. What is listening? What is the opposite word of talking? You can easily say listening. Okay, in many cases it's not. It's waiting to talk. Okay, you are mistaken. Who is a good listener? But you must really listen. No interrupting, no daydreaming, no planning your response. Just listen. Avoid all this. Okay? Be a perfect listener. Author unknown, anonymous. Who gave this quote is not known, but very good quotation. When people compliment, appreciate someone on being a great communicator, they often mean that the person is a good listener. Okay, a good speaker will be a good listener, and a good listener will be an effective speaker. So this happens in daily life. I like to listen. I have learned a great deal by listening carefully. It means to a great extent. But most people never listen. This is given by Ernest Hemingway. Best way to persuade, to convince somebody, to make a person to do what we want him to do. One of the best ways to persuade or convince others is with your ears, by listening to them. Speaking is not great. Listening is greater than speaking. So, Dean Rusk. Importance of listening. I only wish I could find an institute that teaches people how to listen. People need to listen at least as much as they need to talk. Too many people fail to realize that real communication goes in both directions. We develop our knowledge not only by speaking, but also by listening. So, these are the quotations. What is listening? Listening is with the mind. Hearing is with the senses. Okay, you hear casually, but you listen attentively. Listening is conscious. You know what is happening, what you are receiving. An active process of getting information, ideas, etc. To improve interpersonal and oral exchange, this listening will be very helpful in these activities. Why listening is important? Why listening is emphasized that much and given more importance? To avoid communication errors. Helps to learn something new. Okay, it is the key to success. Kalash is about listening. That means listening is not my problem. Listening and hearing are same. Okay, we have this kind of bad misconceptions. Smarter people are better listeners. Good readers are good listeners. Listening improves with age or experience. Poor listening skills can lead to misunderstanding and chaos. This can lead to monetary loss apart from loss of time and effort. Not only time and energy or endeavor will be lost, money also will be lost, because instead of not listening, spending our time being there by not paying attention to the speaker, we may go and do some business by doing which we earn a lot of money. By just being there and not listening or not paying attention, we are wasting our time, effort and money that we are supposed to earn in the time spent. Barriers means hurdles are problems to active listening. Environmental barrier, psychological barrier, okay, physiological barrier, selective listening, negative listening attitudes, personal reactions, poor motivation. Listening also requires motivation. That's why the person who gives us a lot of information, before the person starts his speech, he has to conduct a brainstorming or some warming session to make the listeners attentive. That's very important. Difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is easy, listening is hard. That means difficult. Hearing is passive, listening is active. Hearing is a physical function of biology, whereas listening is mental function of internal behavior. So listening is beyond words more than hearing. So which do you prefer? Hearing or listening? You have to decide. Okay, look here. Act. Look here. But there are few simple and basic steps that are very important for the action. How we act, how we react is more important. Okay, that plays a vital role. Those basic steps are first listen carefully and then understanding every word correctly. First we have to listen to the speaker patiently, and we can receive, we can evaluate, we can analyze, and we can understand. That's why, see, these are interconnected. Listening and understanding, act. First listen, next step, secondly understand, and thirdly act. How do you want to respond? These basic and simple steps will lead to acting efficiently and effectively. Better practice is all. Facts about listening. Listening is our primary communication activity. Our listening habits are not the result of training, but rather, is misspelled, rather the result of the lack of it. So, everything does not require training. Okay, we learn to be a good listener by and by, gradually. What you have to do is, you must pay a lot of attention, perfect attention. Okay, most individuals are inefficient listeners. Inefficient and ineffective listening is extraordinarily costly. You have to pay for this kind of negligence in future. By not listening, we have to worry a lot in future because we are not gaining any knowledge. Good listening can be taught. It can be taught, it can be learned. Listening reduces stress and tension, minimizes confusion and misunderstanding, eliminating related stress and tension. It makes us stress-free. Enhance listening skills. We need to enhance listening in every corner and quarter of society. Okay, we have to listen to everybody. Whether to follow what they say is secondary. First, we must listen to everybody. We can learn a lot or something from every person, because we are not perfect. Nobody is 100% perfect. Okay, everybody has some talent, and everybody has some valuable or vital information. So we have to pay attention to everybody. You have to listen to everybody. Listen 100 times. Ponder or pose 1,000 times. Ask a lot of questions. Speak once. Turkish proverb. Rise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. By Swami Vivekananda, a great saint, a great philosopher, and a great speaker. Okay? Thank you for listening.